Hello everyone, you are on the Artefacto channel, where renowned artists showcase their skill and share secrets with those eager to improve their painting abilities. My name is Javid Tabatabaei, and today we will be painting. Enjoy watching. Yeah, this is for my horizon line. I do very simple line sketch. And here for the boat or ship. And here I do some pylons. And in the background, I paint some buildings like this. I don't know, you can't see the sketch lines because I did with the very light colors. Just this line is important. This part of my paper is for the sky, and here we show the light in the sea. Okay. With the round brush, number 16, I start to paint. At first, I use cadmium yellow light. And the paper is ready to paint. At first, I do the sun here. It's okay. Now I'm going to add a little bit permanent red into the cadmium yellow light. Yeah. The bottom of the horizon line is better to be darker and warmer to show the sunset scene. Again, I add more red colors. I use more pigment and less water. My brush is not very wet. I use more pigment for my painting. You see, I add a lot of pigment in my painting. I add more warm colors in here. Good. Now with a clean brush, I'm going to blending the colors to the sky in here. Now I'm going to use lavender. I add lavender in here. And here. Very nice color, warm. Good. I try to fix the sky. You see, I only use number 16 round brush for this size of my painting. I try to add some shadows only with the lavender. Painting with watercolors is a real pleasure that is hard to put down. Despite this, I want to make a quick announcement. If you enjoyed painting with me, I invite you to join my free workshop where I will show even more watercolor techniques. Follow the link in the video description and I will be happy to see everyone. Let's continue painting. Good. add a little bit lavender for the horizon in this part. Before I paint the buildings in distance, I'm going to add some shadows. The shadows colors is lavender. I mix into the red and orange in here. I started to paint clouds in here. All clouds coming in this side, this side. The focal point it means in here. Good, my paper is wet. And now my brush is not very wet. Be careful, your brush have to be only pigment, not water. Less water and more pigment. And the paper have to be wet, but not very wet. Let's for your paper to absorb water on your paper. After that, continue to paint these clouds. You see, very easy. You can create these clouds. Yeah. My brush is very dry. Just I add pigment for my painting. Yeah. Here it's better to be some lighter clouds. Yeah. Again, I'm going to add this. Nice. Wet on wet technique. My brushes, I said it several times, for this technique, your brush have to be dry, not very wet. You have to add only pigment in your brush and you can create these fantastic clouds. Okay, in the bottom of the clouds, I need to add more shadow. Like, again, I add more pinch gray, lavender, ultramarine deep, little bit red. Yeah. Before dry clouds, you can add in the bottom of the cloud some dark colors like this. The brush number is 8, synthetic brush. Yeah. Don't rush to fix the cloud's shape. All clouds going to here, and the light in here is very important. When you're coming close to the sun, you can add more warm colors into the clouds. I use very dry brush, and this side I add warm colors to show the sun coming into the clouds, and the cloud going to be like warmer colors like this. But your brush have to be very dry. If your brush was very wet, the water coming back into your paper and your paper is destroyed. Your colors destroyed. Okay, I add warm colors around the sun into the clouds like this. It's enough. Just let me check some darkest color in here, in the bottom of the clouds. I'm going to add contrast. Yeah. If you, for the first time, if you didn't, if you didn't add carefully water in your paper is going to dry quickly. And because of this, the first time you have to add water both sides of your paper carefully. You see, still my paper is ready and so it's wet, and I can add these colors very easy in my painting. Somebody maybe papers was dried and they can't add texture in the painting. Okay, it's okay for this guy. Now I'm going down and I'm going to paint the light into the sea. Again, I use the same colors that I did for the top. Now I'm going to add light colors. Again, I use cadmium yellow orange with a lot of pigment. Pay attention to the sun reflection. Okay, here and here. I said I don't care about the shapes or details in here. Just I'm going to add light into the sea. Cadmium yellow orange I use, and the sunset reflection is here. Okay, now I'm going to add a little bit red. I prepared this color before. Again, I use here, here. I add permanent red in this part. Yeah. Again, I add more red color in here and here. I'm going to show the wavy scene into the sea like this. The light is coming here. Yeah. Now I'm going to use lavender. With a lot of pigment. I add lavender.
Would you say that the surface of the paper still is a little bit wet?
Because I add the water in here.
Mhm.
But you see this shine, these are the pigment, not water. You see, I show you. These are pigment, not water. Okay, now I'm going to add ultramarine deep and lavender for the bottom of my paper. Yeah, this light is coming from here to here. In here, I have a lot of pigment. Now, I can use neutral tint, or I prefer to add Pins gray again in here. Yeah, Pins gray. Very nice. Light and shadow is coming. Okay, with the round brush number 16. Yeah. I need to show some wavy here. This lighting here is very important. Okay, I add more red color, blue, and pinch gray again to paint it more contrast in here and here. Yeah. Be careful. Several times I say your brush doesn't have a very wet. Your brush have to be only pigment. Again, I drop off the color from my brush in here and you can see these are a lot of pigment and less water. And I use this color to paint a wet on wet technique for my painting. You see? Yeah. I like this kind of wavy between the sea. You can create interesting texture. You can feel it. The sea is like wavy. And you see, when I use a pigment, my colors doesn't blending everywhere. They stay only here. The colors stay only here. You see? Yeah. In this time, I have to wait for my paper to dry. I don't want to use hair dryer. Maybe if I use hair dryer, the colors moving everywhere. It's for the guarantee, it's better to wait for your paper to absorb, dry. After that, you can continue to paint the details for your painting. Now, if you, I use to create the clouds, I use lavender and a little bit red and a little bit blue. The same colors, I'm going to add details in here. You have to be sure that the background, the sky have to be dry when you are going to add details in here. Your brush, not very bad, just I'm going to add pigment in here and I'm going to show some buildings. For example, here is a mosque. I can change and I can change the subject like the Istanbul scene. You know, it's you when you it's up to you when you are going to, or you can paint, for example, Italy. I like this happen in the watercolor. Yeah, like this mosque in the distance is very nice. Some building coming here. Okay, in this part, the light, the lightest part in here because of the sun. And now to show the buildings in here, just you need to use warm colors, like the orange colors, like this. It's a different dark, different shadow. Here is a lavender and blue and red, and here I only use orange and red, like this. Very much. Some detail is coming here, very warm, like this. And this part, I'm going to add buildings. The roof of building is here. I use red and orange, permanent red and orange, or maybe I add a little bit lavender. Okay, and for this part, I only use orange colors to show the buildings. Good. I add chimney in here, some details in distance. I add in here. Good. Now, again, I'm going to use lavender, pinch gray, ultramarine deep, little bit red. This is like the gray colors. I add some boat in distance in here. Now, your brush in this part, in this time, your brush have to be dry, not very wet. I'm going to paint this details in here, like some pylons or boat in here. Okay. I'm going to add it slowly, I'm going to add details like this shape. And another one is here. Good. Lavender, ultramarine deep is gray. And for the dark part of the colors, I can add burnt sienna. In here, blue and red. I add burnt sienna more in my color. Good. A lot of pigment. You have to be sure this part of painting have to be dry when you are going to add details. Good. The small brush, slowly, I'm going to add detail. To show the reflection, I use warm colors, orange and red, and my brush is dry. Just, I'm going to paint details in here. Good. I said the focal point is here. I have to be patient to add detail. Don't rush to paint. I'm looking for a very small brush like this to paint the mast. Okay. I add this mast for the ship in here. For example, I can use Chinese white in here like this to show the smoke like this in here. We can connect the light from sun into the painting, you see, with this smoke. Okay, Another boat is coming. The dark color, red, I see blue and this gray. I use more pigment and less water. This part of the shape, it's better to be very warm. I can use only bare sienna or I can use like warm colors. The sun reflection in here. You have to keep this light in here. Yeah. The perspective of this shape is important. Good. I use red and orange, or you can use pyrrole orange. Some shape reflection. Yeah, here. Good. I add some shadows. This light in here, I don't want to keep this light. The light is better to be only here. Yeah. This building in the background is very nice to show the perspective. When you add the buildings in distance, yeah, to show you can create the perspective. Okay, this mask in here is very important. Okay. This part of my painting, I feel a little bit wet. And when I want to use detail, I put my hand here and I put my hand here to control the brush. I don't want to put my hand in the painting. I use my hand control. Yeah. I add some details like this. My brush is only pigment. And some windows here for the shape. Yeah. I add some details in here. Good details I can create. Yes. I said these details in my painting are important. You have to be patient to add slowly details. This ship is important because of this. The mast is taller than other mast, you see, and darker. And some mast from distance is lighter than this. To show the distance. Okay. I add some shadows in here. Some reflection into the water from mast is coming like this. And this one, reflection like this. You have to pay attention the perspective of the reference. Okay. I add a little bit warm colors in here. Good. And the pylons in this part, I use pinch gray and burnt sienna, a little bit blue. I use a lot of pigment. One of them is here. You see the background is dried and I can paint this pylons in here. Yeah. In here, it's better to be only shadow. Shadowing. Yeah. I like this light in here. Look like something. Okay. And it's pylons coming to here. The pylons reflection into the water. I use more blue and lavender. Good. Good. I use more lavender and blue to show some reflection into the water. And the pylons reflection and shadow in here. Good. The perspective of the painting, very nice. I like that. Some detail will be here. This kind of theme help you to focus the eyes in the focal point like this. Nice detail in here. I'm going to add different texture into the sea. I use ultramarine blue, lavender, pinch gray, burnt sienna, like this. I'm going to control the shadow and the light in my painting because my painting is going to down. And now, right now, I need to check the contrast colors in my painting. Some light is better to be disappear, like here. You can use your finger to do fade, or some light you need to add, like Chinese white, for example, in here. Just very, very small, not, you don't need to add more, just like this. Good. Some light better to be here. And yes, this one. And this one. I add a little bit shadow in here to show more contrast between the buildings. Interesting harbor. Yeah. Just I'm going to fix my painting and I'm going to add more contrast, more dark and light colors in my painting. Yeah. You see, you took a photo only harbor, and the harbor is light, sun light, and you create sunset scene. Yeah, I like these details. Right now, the detail is coming. For example, the birds is here, like this, to show more perspective. And here, pay attention, I said, the focal point is this part. Don't paint the bird in here. Just if you want to add detail in this part, focus the eyes in here. Or, for example, you can paint like black in here, just there, like this. Yeah. Or you can use something like this in the shape, writing sentences in here, the ship names, like this. I add a little bit white, Chinese white, to show the light into the sea, like this. Or you can use this kind of brush. I don't know the name, delete brush or eraser brush. maybe the name is eraser brushes. The hair is very stiff, and you can use only clean, add water in here, and you can create this line like this. Like this. We don't need to add more this light because the light is enough. Okay. I think the cobalt turquoise, this color is not bad if you add in your painting. Very, very dry. Like this. Only a little bit different colors you can create. Some turquoise colors is coming here. The smoke is here is enough. I'm thinking about another smoke here, but it's not necessary. The light is better to be here and like this. Okay, guys, the painting is down.
I hope this video was helpful for you. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel where we assist all individuals in the mastering the skills of the drawing and immersing themselves in the wonderful world of art. Don't forget to follow the link in the video description and register for my marathon. See you there soon.